Look who came to be in the video. My little kitty Itchy. He's so fat. Look at how fat he is. He's just so big. He's like the size of my whole entire body. I like to call him my bobcat because he reminds me of a bobcat because he's so big. But it's not healthy, Itchy. You need to go on a diet. Hey guys, so I'm going to be doing my best products of the year video, and you guys know how I feel about this video. It's one of my favorite videos to film. I just love it. I don't know why. I just get really excited to like really decide and really choose like what are actually like the best products of the year. You know, I've done tons of favorites videos throughout the year, and so I think it's really fun to try to pick and choose like out of those products, like which ones were like the top products, you know what I mean? So I'm going to be doing two videos actually. This one is going to be like face products, skincare products, and like hair and like shower products. So just like skin type products. And then the other video is gonna be eyeshadow palettes, like things specifically for the eyes and like lips and lip colors and maybe nail polishes, things like that. So this is gonna be more of like the skincare video. The next one's gonna be more like specific makeup items. So definitely check out both of them. I just don't wanna make each video like super duper long. So I just thought it'd be easier just to like split them up so you guys could watch them at like separate times if you wanted to. I don't know. So first off is these e.l.f. Makeup Remover Cleansing Cloths. I talked about these recently in a favorites, and these have definitely been my top favorite cleansing cloths that I've found for this year because they stay so moist because they have this, and then they also have this sticker inside, so they stay very, very wet. They're extremely good priced, and there are a ton of sheets in one pack. This is not like a small pack. So I really like these. They're amazing for the price, and they get your makeup off really nicely, and I don't feel like I'm just wasting a whole bunch of money buying like super expensive cleansing cloths. So this is the Cover FX Clear Cover Invisible Sunscreen Primer. It's like a primer, sunscreen at the same time. I love this stuff. I love it because A, it has SPF in it, and it's so important to wear SPF every single day. So if you have a product that's like a staple in your collection that you know has SPF in it, the thing I like most about it is that it just makes my foundation go on so smoothly, and it just like evens out my skin, and it just makes my foundation just glide on. It is amazing, and I always love how my foundation looks after I use this as a primer. It's just amazing. I love this stuff so much, and I really, really want to repurchase it once it's out. Next would be a tool, actually, and this is super random, but I did absolutely love this year. This is one of those little sponges. You can get these in like bags at like Walmart or Fred Meyer's or wherever, and you can just get these little sponges, and they're supposed to be white, but I've used this one a lot. But I've been using this with powder, and I just, you know, press it into my powder, and I just like powder my face a little bit, and then you can just throw these in your washing machine and wash them and make them all nice and white again. I just love the way my face looks when I use these. It just makes my skin look really like flawless. Yes, it can look a little cakey if you like overdo it, but I really, really like these. I just feel like it really mattifies my skin and really like soaks up any oil that's like in my T-zone area. The next product is also a tool, and this is the IT Cosmetics brush. This is the best brush that I've found that applies foundation. I don't usually like applying foundation with brush, but this one is the only one that I found that I really, really like, but it's not super stiff. I hate foundation brushes that are really stiff. This one is still kind of loose, so it has a little bit of give to it, so I feel like it blends it out really flawlessly and gives the most perfect look to the skin. It also has this small brush on this side to do concealer. I don't really use this side that often, but I do really like this for foundation. It's a spendy brush, which sucks, but oh, does it give you the most beautiful look. But if you don't want to spend a ton of money on this, I also have been loving this year. This is the e.l.f. sponge, and it's basically like the Beauty Blender or the Real Techniques sponge that they sell, but it's e.l.f. and it is so similar, you guys, like so similar, like you're not even going to be able to really tell much of a difference. I will definitely be purchasing this because it's super, super cheap, and it also comes with a medium-sized one and a small-sized one, and it's inexpensive. Like, you guys know me, I'm like the queen of inexpensive on YouTube. Like, if I can find a good priced item, I'm like all about it. And so I'm like, why wouldn't I buy this over like the Beauty Blender or like the Real Techniques? It's just really good, and it's worked awesome for me. So for bronzer, I have So I have two bronzers this year that were like my main bronzers that I used like most often. Not bronzers, more contours, I guess. And these were the ones that I always pulled for, like every single time I would contour my face. And this one is the Kiko bronzer in Flawless Fusion, number 6. And I got this earlier this year. I think I actually got this in like January. But I absolutely love this color. It's perfect for my skin tone. This would look good on so many different types of people, so many different skin tones. It's not too cool, it's not too warm. It is just one of the most beautiful colors in the world. And then my other one would be the Fiona Stiles. I got this from a company that wanted me to try out the products. And I was kind of like unsure, but the reason I did was because they're cruelty-free. And I was like, I'm always up for trying new cruelty-free brands, even though I've never heard of them before. I did a video on this, you guys, and if you watch all of my makeup videos, you might remember this, how like impressed I was with the color. The color looked so good. And the thing I like about this is it comes with 3 different shades, so you can kind of like use this one and then blend it out with this one. Or you can apply the light one first and then go into like this area with like a darker one. Like you can really play with the colors and really get a really fun contoured look by using different shades. I absolutely love this, and this is the Sheer Sculpting Palette in Light Medium by Fiona Stiles. So I had 2 favorite concealers for the year. The first one is the Naked Skin by Urban Decay. This one is really, really, really good. Everybody and their mom likes this concealer. I love it. This is in Light Warm. This lasts forever, number 1. Number 2, it covers flawlessly and it doesn't look all cakey and it doesn't like crease. I feel like it dries really quickly, so it's almost like you apply it and then it dries. It's almost like paint. And I know that sounds really like something you wouldn't want on your skin, but it's like paint in a good way, okay? And then this one, which is the Ofra concealer. Ofra was like my brand of the year, I have to say. Like if I could pick one brand that was my brand of the year, it was probably Ofra or Pixie. I just got into those 2 brands a lot this year. But this is just their concealer, and this one is in Dawn. The only thing I didn't like about this concealer was I felt like it ran out really quickly. Like they didn't put a ton of product in it. But I love the actual concealer, like the consistency, the lasting power. It covered really well. It was very similar to the Urban Decay one, just a different brand. Like I just felt like it didn't come off. It didn't cake up. It wasn't oily. It was really nice, like dry consistency. Not dry, like it wasn't drying, but it wasn't like greasy, because I hate greasy concealers. I just think they're terrible, and both this one and this one didn't have that greasy cast. So for highlighters, I only had probably, well, I tried a ton of highlighters this year, but I would have to say that Ofra highlighters definitely took the prize for the year. Like their highlighters are amazing, and I want you guys to try them if you can, because you will be so impressed by Ofra highlighters. I have 2 that I loved the most. This was in Rodeo Drive. I use this in almost all of my makeup videos. This is like a really pretty golden highlighter, and their highlighters are just so pigmented, I can't even explain it. Some of the best highlighters I've tried in a very, very, very long time. And then I got this one as well, which is the highlighter Beverly Hills. This one has 5 shades, different colors, so you can kind of mix and match with what kind of look you're going for the day. I love that I can go kind of warmer, I can go more gold, I can go more white, or I can just mix them all together. Like you can get whatever look that you want, and they're so freaking pigmented. I just can't stress that enough. Oh, they're just so beautiful. Like sometimes I don't use these highlighters, like if I'm doing a different highlighter for the day and then I miss it, or I go back in later with this and I like finish off my look. So this was another highlighter that I loved, especially at the beginning of the year. This was an Electric Slide, and this is the Super Shock Cheek Highlighter by ColourPop. And these are really cool because they're cream to powder. So they're kind of like this weird, like, I don't know what you'd call it, like a foamy feeling. And when you put it on your skin, it turns to powder. But it's like those, what were they called? The Maybelline Dream Bouncy blushes. Do you guys remember those? That is what this is like, kind of. But this is such a pretty color. It's like this really pretty gold. And I would just apply this with like a beauty blender. I would just put it into the highlighter and I just dab it on my cheeks. Beautiful color. I hit pan on it, as you guys can see. Oh, I just love this. So this year I have 3 favorite blushes, and you guys are probably gonna be able to tell from this video like what my kind of color schemes were and kind of what my trend was with makeup, like what I was really liking for the year, because all these blushes are actually really similar. But this first one is the NYX color in Amber. and it's this really pretty dusty rose color right here. It almost has like, it's dusty rose, but it almost has like a terracotta undertone or like a nude undertone to it. It's a really pretty like natural blush, really good for like everyday if you're looking for just like an everyday blush. Plus it's cheap, which is amazing, and it's also matte, and I feel like it stays on all day. This next one is the Wet n Wild Color Icon in Mellow Wine. I love this one if I want more of like a dramatic blush look, and I like this too because it kind of has a little bit more of a warmer undertone to it, so it's almost more terracotta than this one. This one is more cool toned, but this one is also matte, and I really like this when I'm doing like a warm eye. Really nice everyday color as well, and this will go good on a lot of different skin tones. And then last but not least would be this one, which is Romantic Rose, and this is a powder blush by Milani. This one is more pinky. This one is like a lighter tone, so I feel like if I'm doing more of like a springy look or summery look, it's very natural. I wasn't really into like any bright pinks or corals this year. That wasn't my color choices of the year. There were definitely more of these like cool toned, dark, mauve-y shades. If you guys want to see what's crazy, like these are so similar. Like it just goes to show you like why I liked these so much, because I think it's just the color choice of the year, you know? Like you can see here how similar all these colors are. I mean, there is a slight difference. Like this one is more cool toned. This one's a little bit more peachy. This one's a little bit more terracotta. But they are very similar in like the idea, you know? For my finishing spray, this is the NYX Matte Finish Long Lasting Spray, Setting Spray. And this is what I use every day. I've been using this for a long time, and it still has quite a bit of product in it. I feel like this lasts forever. I love setting sprays. I love them. They literally feel so refreshing. It's like my favorite part of doing my makeup is the setting spray part. It makes your makeup last longer. It feels very refreshing on your skin, and I feel like what setting sprays do, in my opinion, is like, you know how sometimes you feel like you look like chalky or like cakey? I feel like when you spray setting spray on, it kind of like melds everything together. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if that's just me or it's like all in my head, but I really like this one. I think it's worked really well for me. I would totally repurchase this a million times over again. So for my foundations of the year, I have 4 foundations that I use the most this year. The first one is the Naked Skin by Urban Decay. This is just like the concealer that I talked about earlier. It has that almost paint-like quality where you put it on your skin and it like doesn't move at all. It literally stays in place all day long, and it kind of has a smell of paint too, which is weird. I know that's not like something that you think you would want, but it does. But I just love the finish of it. I love that it lasts for such a long time and it makes your skin look so flawless. And I didn't try this foundation for a super long time because I thought when they said naked skin, I thought it meant that it was going to be super light coverage and it was going to be more like BB cream quality, and I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like that, so I like stayed away from it. And then when I tried it, it's like super flawless. It is not light coverage at all. It's beautiful. And then my all-time favorite of the year, hands down number 1, like not even a question, is the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation and concealer. I can't even explain how much I love this stuff. This is my like all-time favorite foundation, I have to say. It is definitely in my top 3. It's probably my like number 1. I just love it. It is cheap, it is amazing, it has the best coverage. I feel like it lasts all day, and this is inexpensive and amazing and cruelty-free and just, oh, perfect. Next is this foundation, which is the Ofra Absolute Cover Silk Peptide Foundation. I actually use this a lot this year, more so at the end of the year, but it definitely became one of my favorites. And it's a little bit more of like a natural look, which I like. Because a lot of these are more of like a heavier coverage. So when I want something lighter and just a little bit more natural, I definitely turn to this one, but it's still absolutely beautiful, and I just really like the look of it on my skin. And then last but not least, for foundations, I've been using this a lot this year as well. It's the Fiona Stiles Luminous Finish. I love this stuff, and I was, like I said, surprised about this brand because I was just like trying it because they offered, and I was like, okay. And I really fell in love with this foundation. I think it's beautiful, and I think it lasts a really long time, and it's just something that I've used a ton, and I don't know, really great one. And they all have pumps. Every single one of these foundations has pumps, which is a huge plus because I love me some pumps. For skincare, I would say the Sonia Kashuk Eye Makeup Remover. Bomb. It reminds me a lot of the Neutrogena one, but I stopped buying that because it's not cruelty free. This one is super, super similar. I love it. One product that I haven't talked about a lot this year, and I think I just forgot to talk about it, but I love this product. This is the Vita Liberata Luxury Tan. And I was always so skeptical of self-tanners, and I never used them. I was always so terrified that I was gonna get streaky and I was gonna look like super, super fake, orangey colored. Like I just didn't want anything to do with self-tanners. I thought for sure I would just hate them. So I never tried them. And I tried this one and I applied it one day. I applied a little bit to my face just to even everything out, and I was like, my life is changed. Why didn't I use self-tanners before? Why? I have no idea. This was so nice because I had such a beautiful tan. I remember my mom asking me one time, like, have you been like tanning? Have you been going to a tanning bed? And I'm like, no, like I've been using a self-tanner and it looks so good. My legs weren't like blinding white, you know, in the springtime when you're wearing shorts but you have no time to get a tan yet. Like, this was like a lifesaver for me, and I'm like, my life has officially changed after using this stuff. The Vita Liberata Luxury Tan. Love it so much. Okay, for skincare, the Burts Bees Renewal Refining Cleanser with Hibiscus and Apple. This was my, you know, skincare product of the year, or like face cleanser of the year. I love this stuff so much. I'm definitely gonna be repurchasing this. It's definitely more of a sandy exfoliator versus like a bead-like exfoliator, which I totally prefer sandy exfoliators. And the interesting thing about this I talked about in a favorites video is it's so moisturizing. It like blows your mind. You put it on, you wash it off, it literally feels like you moisturized your skin. Like your skin is completely moisturized. You almost don't even need to use a moisturizer. I love this stuff so much. And then for my toner, I've been using the Burt's Bees Brightening Refining Tonic Toner. It's kind of like a, what do you call it? A micellar water and a toner kind of mixed together. I don't know. I love using these types of products after I cleanse just to make sure I'm getting all of my makeup off. And if you ever have used something like this after you cleanse, you realize how much makeup the cleansers actually don't remove. So this is such a great step to do after you cleanse, and it just really cleans, like deep cleans your skin and gets every single little bit of oil and makeup and everything off your skin, and then you can put like your moisturizers or serums on. So I'm definitely going to be repurchasing this like a million times over again. That is it for my skincare and like shower hair care products. There was actually no hair care products in this video just because it hasn't changed much since last year. Like I feel like I'm still using my, it's a 10, I'm still using my macadamia mask in the shower. Like I'm still using the same products that I talked about last year in my end of the year video because I loved those products so much. I'm still using them this year. So I don't really feel like I have any new like hair care products. So I'm sorry about that, but I'm just being completely honest as to like what it was actually like the best of the year. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and don't forget to check out my next one. I'll put the link right here so you guys can go check out my like lip color one, my eye palettes, mascaras, eye stuff, all like the specific, you know, makeup type stuff. So definitely check that out. Don't forget to subscribe and thumbs up this video. Also, don't forget to press the little bell notification button because we have to do that now on YouTube, so you can get all my notifications for all my videos and things like that. I hope I was able to get through this video quickly. I hate super, super, super long videos like this, so I really wanted to just spill them out to you guys and get them out as fast as I could. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I will talk to you guys later, and I love you. Bye!